enough to ride these ridiculous waves. And I can understand why they'd ask that question. Only one man has been crazy enough to ride these ridiculous waves. I, Randal P. Shivers, am an international bodyboarding champion of the fine country of Australia. And my life, my blood, is found in these ridiculous waves. This is a story about my life and a story about Mother Earth. We've come together as one. And you'll see why there's nothing I'd rather do than ride these waves. As you watch this film, these brave filmmakers decided to make. Here comes one now.
This is the story of Randal P. Shivers, an international bodyboarding champion from the country of Australia. We were fortunate enough to meet Randy and many people who are near and dear to him. After countless hours of filming interviews and editing Randy's amateur footage, you'll begin to understand why we've embarked on this courageous journey to tell the world about this incredible man.
Now, growing up in Australia, you get spoiled with good waves every day. Now I'm here in Florida, my new home, after being banished from the land of Australia for conquering too many waves. I'm able to enjoy these nice waves here. It's really not that bad.
Who is Randy Shivers?
Randy Shivers is the most electrifying body surfer in the entire world. I've seen him wrestle sharks. I've seen him ride a stingray on a wave and make it his son of a bitch. And most of all, I've seen Randy ride the biggest waves I've ever seen anybody ride in my life. If I could catch a wave like Randy, I'd be the happiest man alive.
It's time to go bodyboarding! Yeah!
Oh, we're ready. Okay.
Who is Randy Shivers?
He's a wild man. A complete, total wild man.
One of Randy's keys to success. So one of the first guys out there bodyboarding in the morning. People come in the morning and go to walk the dogs. Looking around going, hey look, there's Randy, there he is again, out there bodyboarding, loving it. Of course I am. How do you think we've got to be an international bodyboarding champion? Got out there early. Worked at it all day, sometimes into the night. It's not a game to me. Bodyboarding is my life. And if it means waking up early, that's something Randy's ready to do.
Oh, Randy Shivers. Now that guy there, boy, that fella, well, who is he? I mean, he's an amazing fella. He's the most amazing bodyboarding, ridiculous, running around, crazy, gun toting, shooting, truck driving, jumping off the moon kind of guy you'd ever want to meet. You might not want to meet him because he's so crazy. Ridiculous.
The devilish 360.
Who is Randy Shivers?
Professional bodyboarder, I believe. That's all I know. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Us bodyboarders are a breed of our own. It takes a lot to get out here and want to do it every day. Gotta have me Corona. Damn, that's good. There's a lot of effort involved, but for me it's my life. There's nothing I'd rather be doing than riding these ridiculous waves.
Randy Shivers is a man of mystery. Well, as you know, he's an international bodyboarding champion.
He's so creative.
It's Randy up early every day, getting out on these waves. Pretty nice looking waves here too. I get up early every morning to come ride these waves. It's my life. The kind of guy who lives, dreams, eats, sleeps bodyboarding. These beautiful waves here. Just can't get enough of them. Some ridiculous waves rolling in. Someone said they look small, and I said there's no such thing as a small wave. Just small expectations. I'm a master of the shallow waters. Looks like it'll be my specialty, my cup of tea. This wave's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
And when did you first meet Randy Shivers?
Well, Randy Randy and me met. That was back in we was in the military, and he got assigned to my troop there, my group that what you call regiment. He got assigned to my regiment in Peru, and he done come up there. That guy, he was full of piss and vinegar. Hey, he was ready to do whatever. He always seemed ready. Randy ready. We used to call him that sometimes. Ready, Randy? Randy ready. He's always ready.
Randy Shivers. Let me go back in my head here a little bit. There's been so many great memories with Randy, let me tell you. I'd have to say the first time I met Randy going back it'd be out in New Zealand. That's where I was born. Randy was riding a 50-footer.
Here we go. I'm going to try to ride this wave right here. I've got this all day. Yes, look at me go. Oh, what a wave.
When did you first meet Randy?
So, I'm always at the laundromat on 151st on Sundays. I think it was last summer. I go in, and in my regular spot in the corner of the back, there's a crowd gathering. 50 people crowded around. I couldn't even see over their heads. I come back later. What I heard was it was Randy Shivers in the front loader. You know, the one with the mirror, the window in the front. Practicing for his competition. You know, he's a body surfer. So, next week, I come in, I see him over there. I know what he looks like by now. Everybody's talking about him. I work up the courage to introduce myself. And all he does is talk about his obsession till I'm blue in the face. But it was kind of hot. Anyways, he loves this body surfing. He talks about it nonstop. That's how we met.
I met Randy Shivers about 10 years ago on a beach in Hawaii. And I was just amazed by his bodyboarding skills, so I had to talk to him, and we became close friends after that.
All right. I know him. I've seen him a little bit here and there. But what I've seen, I've been through now. And what Randy's seen, a hell of a lot worse, my friend.
I'm sorry, did you say Nam?
The fucking nom.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How would you describe Randy's obsession with bodyboarding?
Randy bodyboards 24/7, 365. It's like his drug. But that's what separates him from everyone else. Randy never gives up. He'll be out there at 2 in the morning. There won't even be any waves. And Randy's out there conquering them when they come to get him.
Boy, that fella, I don't know about obsession. Obsession.
His obsession.
Obsession.
As though he would be so infatuated with it that he.
He's not fat. He's not fat.
How would you describe his attraction to bodyboarding?
Like
a girl.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. Exactly like that, like a girl. He is so it'd be like the prettiest girl walking by. That's Randy. When them waves, when he see them waves, it's like a naked girl come walking by, and she wink at you. That's how he is. He go running. He ain't gonna stop until he's in there.
How would you describe his obsession with bodyboarding?
It's a religion. For Randy, you know, it's like some people are with their dogs, or those ladies that have all the cats. Randy just, for him, it's his breathing breath.
There we go. What do we have back there? Nice looking wave. See you in the wrong spot, surfer. Right away. Gotta get up to it and say hello. Have you ever seen Randy compete professionally?
I would love to. He's invited me a handful of times. I never can seem to put it into my schedule. I tried once. I think it was 3 weeks ago or so. And I got stuck in the worst traffic jam. Some old lady fell in the middle of the road, backed the whole street up.
Oh, no, here's a nice wave right here. Perfect wave for Randy. This wave's called Randy. Yeah! They're so enormous, challenging. You know, I'm a master of the shallow waters. I'm one of the few people who can get out in any size wave and conquer them. That's how I compete. All the classes of waves. I compete in every class of waves, large, medium, and very shallow. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well, Willie, have you ever seen Randy compete professionally? I mean, he talked about competing professionally in international bodyboarding to everyone he knew. But very few people have seen him actually compete. Have you seen Randy compete?
Well, I ain't never seen him at one of them contests.
But you've seen his trophies. He's obviously bragged.
Oh yeah. And them trophies. He got medals and they be giving him stuff. They be giving him everything. I mean, he got truck tires one time.
Is it true that he has a room at his house devoted completely to trophies?
It ain't one room, son. It ain't one. Oh, he got one room. It's just trophies. You can't but open the door and it's trophies. And there's so many. It looked like a damn a bank vault with all the gold and shimmery stuff and sparkly shit. And it boy, he got things laying up in the house. He got stuff out in the backyard that they give him. And he got so many. He wins. Like I say, I never been in no contest for this bodyboarding, but he done got, I don't know, thousands, maybe 100,000 different trophies. He got trophies for everything.
What a crazy guy. William, I think I'm gonna go drink a beer. After I get done with the day of bodyboarding, I like to open me up a nice cold Modelo. Yes, Modelo. Fresh.
Have you ever seen Randy compete professionally?
I've seen Randy conquer his competition professionally, personally. I've never seen Randy lose a competition. He's the champion of the North, the South, and the West. Only reason he isn't champion of the East is because he hasn't visited Kathmandu yet.
After you returned from Nam, had you ever seen Randy compete professionally?
You never really leave Nam, first off, son. But I've seen him do some things for sport, some things for money. Professionally, I don't know. I'm not. You like Robinade? It's good shit. Can't have too much though. For sport, that's what I drink. Randy drinks a cold ass mountain. A lot of water coming down all at once.
Now, you just mentioned mountain. Are you referring to the mountains of Kathmandu?
You betcha. Can't man fucking do, huh?
Hey! Hey, buddy! Hey, what's your name?
I'm Randy. Randy P. Shivers.
Hey, Randy. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
That was a totally ridiculous wave you just caught.
That's right. That took me under.
Are you bodyboarding all the time?
Oh, of course, it's my life. I'm international bodyboarding champion, you see?
You're an international champion? That's fabulous.
I'm a champion of the North, the South, the West. I'm just not a champion of the East yet because I haven't been there.
I might be able to help you with that.
Well, really, how so?
Well, we're forming a team.
A team?
Yeah.
Where are you located?
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu? Are you serious?
Absolutely serious.
I've always wanted to go to Kathmandu.
It's a wonderful place. We'd love to have you join us.
That's ridiculous. What's the name of your team?
The Kathmandu Ridiculous Riders.
Are you serious? The Ridiculous Riders? I don't believe it. I've always dreamed of being on such a team.
Dead serious, Randy. We'd love you to join us.
What do I have to do?
All you have to do is get to Kathmandu. We'll take care of the rest.
You mean all I have to do is get on a plane and go to Kathmandu?
Yes, sir. Once you're there, we'll take care of the rest of the adventure.
Wow. I've always dreamed of such a thing happening. This is the greatest day of my life. Yeah! Oh my goodness, yeah! Ah! I don't believe it. That's wonderful. Now that I've been given the chance to join the Kathmandu Ridiculous Riders, I need to focus even more on riding more and more ridiculous waves. I'll never make the team unless I continue to excel and take on new challenges. I'm really excited about it. It's an opportunity unknown to those who aren't in the world of bodyboarding. We're really a breed of our own. And this opportunity for me is like someone becoming president almost. It's really fantastic. So I've got to get out here, get my day started. I train for about 12 hours per day, pretty much as daylight as I have. I'll train all day. So I'm gonna get ready now. Check back in with you. Incredible ride right up to the shallows. See that? Not even that surfer could catch that wave. Randy out here training when the heavy currents here. Davis keeps swimming.
Yeah, Randy, you want your practice board?
Don't need. So what I do is keep in shape.
Do the 360.
See there? So Kathmandu has an economy built around bodyboarding. This fish is jumping. One of the most peaceful places on earth.
How do other people view Randy Shivers?
Well, them girls, they view them every which way they can get an eye on them. But guys, now fellas, they don't always like Randy, because he kind of, you know, he kind of put that, he might kind of rub you a little rough if you're die, because he's a particular fella. But man, them ladies.
How do other people view Randy Shivers?
They view Randy Shivers as the most electrifying man in the world, as I've said before. He can gather a crowd up to 50 million people on television. When he was in Brazil, the crime rate was 0. Everyone in the streets gathered to see Randy conquer that monster wave. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Other people think he's weird, you know? I hear the way they're talking about him. I just think he's right on.
How do other people view Randy Shivers?
Well, they obviously think he's very talented, but I think they might think he's a little eccentric sometimes, because he's always talking about waves.
Been waiting my whole life for Kathmandu. What do we have here? There's a wave, hello wave. Got your brother coming up here. See if we can ride one. Say Kathmandu! Riding these waves gives me energy in life. If I were ever away for the waves too long, I would probably go into a deep depression. You never know what I'd do. I'm a pretty crazy guy. I love these waves. It's all I have. Kathmandu is my dream. Gotta get there. That team, it's driving me. It's a driving force in my life. I'm deeply excited about it. Such an opportunity.
Do you feel Randy's obsession with bodyboarding interferes with his ability to live a normal life?
No. Randy's normal life is bodyboarding.
Nice former. Ready?
Yes, it's coming, yes.
Hey, ridiculous wave! Here we are. Here's a rider. Riding this. Nice ride. Come on up. Randy! Ridiculous.
Do you feel Randy's obsession with bodyboarding interferes with his ability to live a normal life?
Yes, in some ways, because he doesn't really do anything else. He's just obsessed with bodyboarding, so he doesn't really have time for other things.
Who is Randy Shivers?
Oh, well, I'm a little sad to say this, but Randy is my brother.
Your brother? We weren't aware he had a sister. Well, you know, obviously then, that your brother's an international bodyboarding champion.
I do. Yeah, he's brought a lot of shame to the family.
Is Randy from Australia? Because he speaks with a strong Australian accent.
Yeah, we're not quite sure where Randy picked that up. We live here in Wisconsin. Randy ran away from home when he was about 15. He had some issues. We thought it was puberty, but it turned out he had an obsession with bodyboarding.
And how would you describe that obsession?
Unhealthy? Yeah.
Have you ever seen Randy compete professionally?
We have. We've taken some family trips down to Florida and such to go see him. Never Australia. I don't think he's actually ever been there. It's been interesting. Yeah.
He's spoken for a long time about going to Kathmandu. What is his obsession with Kathmandu?
We're not quite sure. We think it's somewhere that's made up. We've never heard of it here in Wisconsin, so we don't know.
Mm-hmm. And, how do other people view your brother, Randy Shivers?
They view him as an outsider, possibly a little mentally ill.
Watch this. Ah, I missed it. Oh, that wave almost took me.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
10-footer.
Oh my god. I got it! Yes! What a ride! Oh! Look out, Rog! Nice ride! Woohoo!
Dr. Softarm, thank you for joining us today. I know it's been very difficult recently with Randy, but if you could help us through this interview, we'd greatly appreciate it. Let me start off by asking you, who is Randy Shivers?
Randy Shivers is a very interesting character who's locked into himself very hard. He's got himself an imagination that's drawn him into ideas that are completely preposterous to the environment, which he wants to explore these ideas any further. It makes no sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to his community around him.
Did you have any assistance in Randy's training?
With the bodyboarding?
Yes.
I have no influence in that aspect of his life. Me and Randy have explored a spiritual awakening together, shared and unshared.
And what role do you play as Randy's spiritual doctor?
Randy deals with a lot of introspective ideas that he develops over time, and it's scary. It scares me. It scares his friends. So I don't know what kind of relationship we really have. I'm kind of lost in it all myself.
And how would you describe Randy's obsession with bodyboarding?
It's preposterous. I don't know why he would search in that or try and develop that within himself, and then he leans and he confused.
I see. Ms. Shivers, thank you for joining us this evening. I know it's a lot of work for you as a single parent.
I'm gonna have to go pick the kids up pretty soon, so I can spend a limited amount of time on this, but let's go.
Okay, well, let's start off. Tell us about Randy's obsession with bodyboarding.
Randy's obsession with bodyboarding is completely over the top. He's out of his mind. I mean, of all things to dedicate your life and your livelihood to, something as serious as bodyboarding?
Well, we all know Randy takes bodyboarding very seriously, and I almost hesitate to ask you, what do you think about his voyage to Kathmandu?
Oh, Kathmandu. Well, he's been really focused about it. It's his vision quest of sorts. It's the only thing he sees on the horizon, or he saw on the horizon.
Has he expressed to you what he thinks is in Kathmandu?
Well, it's his bodyboarding vision quest. He didn't even seem to have looked it up on TripAdvisor. I'm not sure what he thought he would find there, but it's been some time that that's been his life's goal.
And has this obsession with bodyboarding and Kathmandu had a negative effect on your relationship?
Oh, deleterious. Bodyboarding has ended it between Randy and I.
Me wife. She said I had to leave the house. She said I had to leave the kids with her. She said, Randy, you gotta go live in the garage apartment behind the house. I'm not gonna have you in here anymore. Take your bodyboard with you. So that's what I did. Day one. Man, it feels good to be free. Me and the board.
Yes! I'm gonna make the team. I've been invited to Kathmandu. It's wonderful. I can't describe the joy it brings me when he came and invited me to join them. I've always dreamed of being there. Riding those ridiculous waves.
Is Randy a religious man?
Well, we's all religious, ain't we? I mean, you know, but boy, I say his religion, Randy's religion is that bodyboarding. I mean, I think he might even pray to it. I don't know.
I think I was born on a wave.
Where's Randy from?
Well, there's some speculating on where Randy done come from. I'm fixing to say he came from his mother, but I don't know. I think he I don't know, Australia, maybe. He sounds like he's from Australia. You ever hear them fellas talk?
You obviously are a trusted source of Randy. Perhaps you could reveal something that we don't yet know.
Oh, Randy's dynamic. Go in all kinds of different directions and that. matter of speaking. He's an interesting fellow, that's for sure. He's completely accomplished on this idea of his birth and his adolescence and being located and relocated and not being established in any way where he is considered in his own mind to have come from in the first place. It was an interesting adventure into the mind when we first got together, and his path to enlightenment really consisted within his own infatuation with the waves that he conspired to achieve greatness from.
And would these waves then take him to a place unobtainable? A place he called Kathmandu.
Oh. Kathmandu. That's when Randy lost me. He was on his way. He was in the journey. It's heat. Sometimes Randy's spirit chases me. Kathmandu was where me and Randy lost touch with each other. He, just trying to get him to leave. Sometimes he sticks around a little longer than he should. Kathmandu, that idea really drove Randy off the wall in my mind, in his mind, in all of our minds. I don't understand where he got this idea from, and it still angers me when I sleep. He was a dear friend of mine at first. He helped me accomplish a lot in my own head and my own mind. Randy kind of lost me there. And this idea and chasing the ridiculous wave. And Kathmandu, if you know anything about Kathmandu, do you know anything about Kathmandu?
Yes, of course, sir, we do. We are the ones making this film.
Okay, I thought Kathmandu, there's no waves in Kathmandu. There's nothing for Randy out in Kathmandu but disappointment.
Randy talks about conquering Kathmandu all the time. He's the champion of the North, the South, and the West. However, Randy's not the champion of the East. And once he conquers Kathmandu, Randy will proclaim all cardinal directions.
Where did Randy hear about Kathmandu?
Randy's known about Kathmandu ever since I can remember.
What do you consider your biggest accomplishment up to this point, Randy?
Well, I've got to say, I've done just about everything I've wanted to do except go to Kathmandu. I heard the waves there are ridiculous. The best in the world.
Randy, I've heard it's the forest.
I read about it once in a book, okay? It's for real.
I'll believe you. You know everything there is to know.
Will you go to the end of the earth with me, Raj? Will you go to Kathmandu with me?
Randy, I need you to promise me one thing.
What's that, Raj?
That no matter what through this journey, that no matter how many waves and how big they are that we hit, Randy, you're gonna conquer the biggest wave I've ever seen in Kathmandu.
You got it, Raj. You got it.
Then Randy, let's go conquer Kathmandu.
Let's go. We've got to do it.
What was the last straw with you and Randy?
Well, you know, I tried to digest it. I tried to understand that it was his goal and his focus. But when I found the note, that just changed everything.
What did the note say?
Well, that he had gone to Kathmandu, but most of all that he had used our children's college fund to fund it. He just took the money. I mean, we didn't talk about this, for Christ's sake. I never would have agreed to that. He went off the rails.
So excited.
Roger, we climbed all the way up here. I don't see any waves.
I see no waves. None.
They
Randy,
lied.
where are the waves?
I think they lied to me.
The water's flat.
There's water?
There's water down there. It's flat. Randy. Roger and Randy.
Hey, look at that. Flat water. There's got to be some waves somewhere.
We should throw some rocks down there.
No, we could hit a person in the head.
For all we care, we just need waves.
Right. Maybe we need to create some waves.
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Finally, me and Rog found some water. I can tell there's going to be some waves coming up very soon. Rog, we've got to follow the water to the ocean. That's where the waves are. Let's get going.
Been hiking for 3 days now in Kathmandu, and we're getting up on some water, and I think these waves are coming up soon. I hope they're going to be ridiculous. So, hopefully this is all it was cracked up to be. I've been waiting for this my whole life. The waters of Kathmandu. According to the experts, the waves are enormous. Well, it certainly wasn't what I thought it'd be like in Kathmandu. I'm quite disappointed, actually. All I found was this stupid waterfall. And I'm going back home to surf some more waves. Back in my hometown. I've been lied to. I should have never trusted that guide. I'm really angry. I'm extremely mad.
Have you seen Randy since he returned from Kathmandu?
What'd the cat do?
You're the only person we've been able to find in the entire world who's actually seen Randy in Kathmandu, besides his brother Roger, who won't comment on it. What was Randy like when he was in Kathmandu, when he found out there were no waves there, just mountains?
Ever seen a man tear a head off of a goat? He was upset. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Kathmandu. He talk about that place like forever. I can't even. I don't remember when he started talking about it, but it was. He talked about this Kathmandu. No, I haven't seen him. I don't know where he is. He hasn't called me no.
Did you have any influence on Randy's voyage to Kathmandu?
I told him to go. I told him to go for it. He consumes poor ideas naturally. His ideas don't exist. They're just stupid. There's no waves out in Kathmandu, and he knows this, but he doesn't know it. He sees the hills of the land, and he thinks that water follows.
How would you describe Randy since he's returned from Kathmandu?
Ridiculous? He doesn't seem to even know what he did there. He said he bodyboarded down a mountain. He had some interactions with Sherpas. It seems like some sort of competitive situation to him. I'm not sure he really understands the topography of the country.
Did you see Randy after he returned from Kathmandu?
Oh, yeah. Man, he is devastated.
I mean, when Randy came back from Kathmandu, you had taken the children and left for your mother's house, which I can't blame you.
Look, my children need to have legitimate goals. And even though his focus is tried and true and is visionary, they can't learn that something as amorphous as that is a place to put their life goals.
How would you describe Randy since he's returned from Kathmandu?
Completely delusional. He said he hit every single wave as he passed him.
Roger, thank you again for letting us interview you one more time. How long has it been since anybody's seen or heard from Randy?
Oh, it's been months. It's been years. It's been months. I haven't had a Randy ever since we went to Kathmandu. Randy was crushed. Next question, please.
What happened in Kathmandu?
We went to Kathmandu. It's been Randy's dream ever since I can remember. He hasn't conquered the East yet. Randy was going to Kathmandu to catch the biggest waves he's ever seen. He's had that they grow up to about 80 feet. But when we got there, Randy was crushed. There was nothing.
Did he say why he was going?
them waves. Them waves. He go anywhere for waves. He get that bodyboard out in the waves anywhere.
He spent his life savings.
I heard he borrowed a little money too. He didn't borrow none from me. I don't do that.
We know that
I don't do that.
he had split up with his wife and lost custody of his children.
Oh man, that lady. I don't know. Them kids I never quite got them kids either. That one boy, he don't even bodyboard. I don't think he's Randy's. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen your brother since he returned from Kathmandu?
No, he's kind of estranged from the family now.
We heard he spent his life savings and his children's college fund.
He did, yeah. He stole some money out of Mom and Dad's attic as well and took that with him.
I can understand why you would be estranged from him. Did you see Randy after he returned from Kathmandu?
Yes, I did see him briefly.
And how would you describe him after he had returned?
He seemed kind of depressed. I'm not really sure what happened in Kathmandu. It's kind of a mystery.
Did Randy search long and short for mountains? He went climbing. We've been told he was climbing with his brother Roger for days and weeks up in the mountains of Kathmandu, searching for waves and never found any. Is that true?
He was up there with Roger. He found something. They weren't waves. Not the way that you and I would picture them. But he went bodyboarding down it anyway. I've never seen a man take a pine tree. Not to a face anyway. Smiling. I don't know. Saw him in the bar later that night.
How would you describe him?
It's ridiculous. Never seen a man so happy.
So happy? Roger said he was devastated.
He lost a lot of teeth.
Could you describe the pain that Randy felt when he discovered there were no waves in Kathmandu?
If you could imagine a cobra biting your nipple and the amount of crying that would occur after that. That's how Randy was crying.
Randy was pursuing a path to excellence, as we all know. And we believe that's why he had sought your expertise and your wisdom. We understand he was on a special diet. Would you care to describe that diet to us?
A taste of seaweed, 2 licks of a jellyfish. I don't want to say really too much more about what this special thing was, because he was trying to achieve something a little bit further past which is prescribed to your knowledge, you being the observer. But he didn't go through the ritual properly. In my mind, he completely lost his rocks. You know, he maybe licked the jellyfish too many times.
As for the emotional pain that Randy was feeling, he's never loved a girl in his life. His whole life, Randy has loved body surfing. So when Randy found that there were no waves in Kathmandu, all I can say to you, it was like the love of his life had left him and crushed him.
What did he do in Kathmandu?
Bit of whoring. I mean, I like the ladies here, but he'd whore himself out. And I never really seen that often because ladies here don't have a whole lot of money. But he'd spend it on waxing up his chest and buying bodyboards. Either to practice on, I think, in his living room, or just to wax up his chest and go down the mountain. Guy was fucking crazy. Sure love that mountain, though. Especially in the morning, when the dew was just right.
We heard Randy once bodyboard off a waterfall. Had you ever heard that story or been there to experience it?
Now it's a little bit of a legend around here. Legend goes like this, right? A couple miles that way, there's that waterfall people talk about. It's a good 30-foot drop. Not a whole lot you can even see at the bottom. Just a bunch of water flying every which way. Story goes like this. Randy jumps off this damn thing, right? There weren't much down there. See him later on that night. Happy as a clam. Go there next day. Damn rock's got a head-sized hole in it. That's all there is to it. It's exactly the same size as Randy's head. Damn near shattered the thing, I think. Probably crack and turn into smithereens in the next couple of weeks. Guy bodyboards like a frickin' torpedo.
Willie, I gotta be honest. Randy's been missing for some time now. You know this.
Well, I don't know.
But wait. If you had one guess, just one guess, where would Randy be today?
In the ocean.
Where's Randy in your mind?
Well, in my mind, well, maybe back here. But he's, he's in my heart. But I'd say he's in the ocean. Bodyboarding.
Where's Randy Shivers today?
No one knows. Randy has disappeared. As his brother, I feel obligated to find Randy. But I have no idea where he is. And no idea where he's going to be. He could be dead. The legend has left. No one knows.
Is there a void in your own life without having your brother here?
Yes, it's as if I've lost a limb. Randy was a brother to me. He was a part of me. He was the champion that I always sought to be. Now that he's gone, my life is not the same. And it never will be.
Are you familiar with a friend of Randy's named Sergeant Al?
Oh, Sergeant Al. Sergeant Al is as far out as Randy is.
Well, no time can be confusing after you've served in a long war. But Randy has been missing for several months now. You heard from Randy in the past several months?
First off, all this story is true. Just because I've seen some stuff, son, doesn't mean I'm making any of this up. I have myself a bit of a drink every now and again. There ain't a whole lot in there, really. It's mostly sugar and cactus. He's been missing, sure. But, I think he just doesn't want to be found. He's found some other waves, some other mountains. Hell, the damn boy could be riding a comet for all I know. I'd best let you know probably not to look for Randy.
So if you could use one word to describe Randy, what would that one word be?
All I can say is ridiculous.
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 Ridiculous?
Randy Shivers is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. He's ridiculous. whether it be his bodyboarding or his truck or his gun. That guy ridiculous. I'll tell you what.
The best thing about bodyboarding is you can get right back out there and keep riding all day.
Oh, you know, there is one more thing.
Oh, what's that?
I've got a song I wrote for Randy.
Oh, please.
Okay. Woke up one night, went to the fridge, opened up the door to get some milk. Looked over in my living room, and guess who's standing outside my window? It's Randy Shivers. Oh, Randy. It gets in your heart, gets in your soul. I hope I see Randy again. My Randy Shivers. Oh, Randy Shivers. Oh, Randy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.